What is
Malt
happening?
reviews time. Special malt reviews time.
Yes. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Every year for Christmas, we always like to do something extra special. And we're going to hang out with Samaroli today. These are all the Samaroli bottles that we have open currently.
Yes, sir.
For you guys that are familiar with our channel, in our opinion, nothing even comes remotely close to the Samaroli bottlings. They are easily the best whiskeys ever bottled. They are the true definition of museum piece unicorns.
Silvano, baby. Silvano had the best palate ever.
And we have 5 of them open, and we're going to be opening up a new one for Christmas.
Just for you guys.
For
Christmas.
This one is a Longmorn 1974 vintage, bottled in 1985, so it's an 11-year-old. There was only 600 of these. And
what's the ABV? Give them the ABV.
60.8. 60.8, and it is bottle number 485. So, Silvano was a true legend, where he's one of the, first of all, he really had this incredible palate, and he had access to some of the best casks in the world when whiskey wasn't a thing.
That was the golden era, dude.
That was the golden era. Yeah. And not only did he understand what at least most of us enthusiasts consider to be some of the most incredible whiskey, not only did he have the palate for that, but he also understood during a time where bottling at cask strength really wasn't a thing. He started bottling a lot of these at cask strength.
Because that's the way he loved drinking.
Yeah.
He did what he wanted. So some of these are like, this one's like 2,280 bottles. This one's 2,400. But some of the lower ones, like this is 720, 600. The rumor is either single cask or maybe couple cask, fat ass hogsheads. But they're all different. But they never actually disclose like single cask, whatever. But from what we've read, a lot of them are like single cask.
Yeah,
maybe double.
And these 2 being part of the 3 most famous ones. Obviously, Bowmore Bouquet is missing.
Yeah.
But this one being the Springbank Samaroli and the Laphroaig Samaroli. We've already done a review of this Laphroaig. Over here we have the Glengarry, and then this one's the Glenmorangie, which we've done a review of.
This one's nuts.
Absolutely. And then this one there's only 240 bottles of, right?
Well, this one actually says, single hogshead.
Yeah.
So the Glenmorangie, there's a sherry hogshead cask and a sherry butt cask that are both single casks. This one is the better one from what we've read.
And this one is only 240 bottles.
Yeah.
Crazy. This bottle being bottle number 186.
Yeah, so some of them get really rare.
This is the Tormore, legendary Tormore. I think we've reviewed this one already.
Yes.
And finally, we're going to be uncorking on video right now. Hopefully this goes okay, because it's actually a cork. A lot of these are screw cap, as you can see.
Yeah, so we pray for it to be screw cap.
Yes.
For obvious reasons.
Yes. We'll see how this goes.
Oh, and for reference, this we gave 98, right?
Yes.
Laphroaig, 96?
Correct.
95?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just reference. The point is they're all superstars. But yeah, this guy, the Laphroaig, is one of the most expensive whiskeys in the world. It's getting on par with the Bowmore Bouquet. Take your time. Yeah, we thought it was fake. It might be. This gold foil is like too perfect.
Yeah, it's not foil. It's like a plastic.
That's why. Got it. The tax stamp obviously looks, and the label look real.
Yeah, and it's from the whiskey.
That plastic is nuts.
It's from the whiskey auctioneer. If there's any auction house we trust the most, it is them. They really have the expertise, and they really dig on expensive bottles to make sure that it is authentic.
Yeah.
This is never experienced anything like this though. This is kind of a funky.
Don't cut yourself, dude.
Funky thing.
The cork looks super fake. Way too perfect. That's why it's red. It's just covering it up. Got it.
Yeah.
It's kind of an ugly
side.
top.
Bottled in 1985. So how long has it been bottle aging? We want to put these at the side so we can highlight the bottle that we're opening.
Pretty fucking long, man. Well, let's see, 30, 37, 36 years.
36 years of bottle aging.
36 years of bottle aging.
All right, moment of truth.
The cork looks really solid.
Yeah, but this is
The top looks like almost glued to it. So yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, this
That's
is
the problem.
gonna break no matter what.
Yeah, because the top is just so jacked. Holy shit. I'm telling you, the cork is super fake. It's definitely a fake. The cork is way too perfect. Oh, it's definitely fake, but we'll find out.
Nah, this is old as hell. Look at that.
Dude. No, it
Like,
is. It's the
like,
glue.
There's like mold growing on
You guys
there.
can see. There's like fucking glue and mold.
Look at this.
Instead of glue, it's mold. That's why I didn't break. That's unfucking believable.
A lot of this residue that you could see right on there. Obviously, that's kind of what you want to look for. Always very scary when you're opening up rare bottles like this. We've been very fortunate to try almost all the Samarolis,
Put this
mainly through samples, and we have to give credit to I'm forgetting his name.
Emmanuel Drawn.
Emmanuel Drawn
Of
for
the best whiskey bar in the world.
of introducing us to a lot of these Samarolis many years ago.
Dude, that kick it over. That's like crusted on. The glue became mold, and that's why it held together. Anyway. Yeah, so Emmanuel Drawn, if you download the AULD Alliance app, you can literally order drams from his shop, from his bar, of like some of the most epic whiskeys ever.
This will be officially reviewed later on. Whiskeys like this, in my opinion, especially at 60% ABV, you want to let it breathe for at the very minimum 6 months, if not longer. We tend to notice that these ultra complex whiskeys get so much better with air, especially at cask strength, obviously.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. I'm sure you guys are wondering how much this particular bottle goes for. I think it's around the $7,000 to $8,000 range at auction.
Yeah, this is just an example. Like, for example, the Glenmorangie, right? The Glenmorangie, the complexity of it, we had to wait till it was maybe down to like at least there, maybe even a little lower to really get to know it, you know? You really want to take your time with it.
Wow, this is
These Samarolis are journeys.
this is just some dense, high quality sherry. This is I'm going to assume some Paxaret magic going on
This
here.
tastes like Paxaret Balsamico.
Yeah.
Now,
Heavy
just to
Balsamico.
highlight, these Sammies average from, for example, this is crazy. This Glengarry is only 8 years old. 8
Yes.
years old.
Yes.
One of the most complex whiskeys on the planet.
We have not reviewed that.
No. So they average from 8 years old to like 16 years old. Like I think the Bouquet 16 is like the oldest one. To show you that it's not always about like 40, 50-year-old whiskey.
Well, yeah, we reviewed the Glen Grant Samaroli, which was 40 years old.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's rare though.
Yeah,
That's rare.
Yeah.
The average age is like 12 years old.
Can
And
you
these are the most
Can you see the cork?
for sure. These are the most mind-blowing complex whiskeys ever. It's all about the cask.
You can make the argument, let it breathe, let it open up, leave the cork off, but just one of those things where...
Maybe it'll break?
No, I don't think this is going to break. No, I
It's
think it's
tripping.
okay. It's a pretty solid. There's a lot of... It's like they glued it on.
No, I know, but it's like superstition.
Yeah, no, we will probably replace the cork. I just want to let the bottle kind of do its thing. I don't want to leave this off, even though it doesn't matter. You could leave it off for hours and it would be fine, but just kind of want it to go through its own journey. Whiskeys like this will probably end up having a dram, every like maybe 1 or 2 drams a year of. And then, after several years, you kind of get to here, you kind of truly get to understand the whiskey.
So, I remember I translated this before. There's tasting notes in Italian on the front. Obviously, these are all Italian imports. He mentions like beans, like fagioli.
Yeah,
He mentions
wow,
like crazy,
wow.
dirty, like cooked beans, intense, spicy.
Beans or beet?
No, beans, fagioli.
Okay, so I'm not getting beans, but you mentioning, I thought I heard beets.
Beets.
So I'm getting like sweet beets. It's funky like that. Like, yeah.
Yeah, he says complex bouquet, vanilla, rice, like a mashed rice, sweet, mushrooms, beans.
Yes.
Nuts. It is. It's like dirty sherry.
Yeah, this is that dirty, moldy, like ultra like cola bitters kind of like density with mushroom and earth. You mentioned beet. I totally get that in there. Yeah.
Truffles like crazy.
Yeah, this is dense.
But yeah, not beans and rice, but almost more like on the food side. Like I'm getting heavy like caramelized meats, like charred cooked steak and meats. Definitely more food side than just like, your toffee raisin prune.
Yeah, this is more like funky. This is more like elk.
Nasty, yeah.
Yeah, this is more like
True, but like beef, like beets.
Beef, yeah. Normally we say like prosciutto or ham, not like that. Not like that. This is more like elk.
Yeah, and like charred, like concentrated flavor. This is amazing.
Truly,
it's funny how it's like, they're all sherried, but they're all so different. All these Samarolis.
Sake of the video, let's take a sip. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, baby. Merry Christmas to all.
Boy, oh boy. Dense. Viscous. Furniture polish. Wax.
Oh my God.
Leather. Dry leather.
Like
antique.
You could feel the youth, 11 years, but in terms of like the power, the raw power.
It's interesting.
It's still complex as fuck.
It's interesting.
But it's like the youth is bringing the power more.
So I don't know. You know how palates are different every day. I don't get youth.
Nuts.
And I thought I was, but I could see that while you're getting it, and I know if I have this maybe on a different day, but right now, that was like a 30-year-old whiskey in my mouth.
No, it's like very complex, but I don't get like hot, but I get like more power, like just raw,
it's a beast.
like palate, brain, shocking power, more from youth.
This is
because sometimes when you have a 30, 40, 50-year-old whiskey at 60% plus, like some of the Karuzawas, for example, the alcohol is just pure oil. It's pure silky oil. But this is like crazy raw power. No, I love it. It's like a drug.
This is like
it's complex as fuck.
Concentrated, epic sherry goodness. Like you don't need very much of it. It should be poured in here.
It's powerful.
And you should add a couple drops of this to your standard sherry whiskey to really increase the quality.
It's like
it's
like Paxarette.
Yeah.
To a sherry cask to make it a real sherry bung. This is nuts. It is. It's dirty. You said like linseed oil, furniture polish.
Yeah.
All kinds of metal, like mechanic shop metallics.
Yes. It's
the meats as well, but still some fruits like figs, and you said beets, but so powerful, so concentrated.
It's interesting. We're gonna have to let the bottle breathe a little bit, but reading Serge's review, he mentions a lot of gunpowder and sulfur. I'm not getting that.
No.
I'm not getting sulfur.
No, I get like, well, speaking of guns,
sorry to interrupt. I'm extremely sensitive to sulfur.
The most in the world, number one in the world. I'm not, like, speaking of guns, I'm getting like gun metal, like gun polish.
Yes.
Like all kinds of metals.
But again,
metallics,
keep in mind, 37 years trapped in this bottle. Obviously we just released it. You want one drop? Because I'm scared of more than one drop, because sometimes with heavily sherried whiskeys, it gets a little too drying. You think it'd be the opposite, but it can get very, very drying when you add water.
Remember that Macallan Fine and Rare?
Yes.
Remember the famous Bowmore 64 we never reviewed?
Yes.
Thank God we didn't. We fucked up the palate score. But yeah, literally turns to like wood. But those obviously were very aged.
Wow, this is
water.
This is something that you just need to let breathe for
This
a couple
is gonna
hours.
be a bloody journey, dude. But like Serge says, it does swim well. It swims very well.
Oh yeah. He does mention water. Let me add one more drop then. That's right. In his review, he does mention that it swims really well.
It's got swimming. But you can tell just with air and time, 37 years bottle aging, this fucker's just gonna go nuts, man.
It's a beast.
We'll review it like halfway down.
It's a concentration. It's a master class in sherry. This is really, really, really unique.
Yeah.
It'd be weird to fully review it right now because we literally just popped it.
Oh, I mean, cheating it. But you can tell, I mean, it's complex as fuck, dude. It's gonna change so much.
With the water, I just sniff it. The water
Oh yeah.
brings out so much fruit, so much danky, like cooked down red fruits.
Like concentrated like purees, like dragon fruit puree, like
but
exotic fruits.
Like a strawberry, like an overripe sweet strawberry.
That's what I'm saying. Like when this thing's halfway down with that ABV, that concentration of the cask, it's gonna bring out everything by that time. It's got everything, man. You can already tell. It's just nuts. Oh, so many, like the best strawberry ever. Like this is the cooked strawberries that we always pray Macallan 25 would be.
Yeah.
That you hear about, that they advertise, their notes. This is unreal. It's
Damn,
like
the nose.
I'm just smelling it.
Yeah.
And I'm eating strawberries.
Yeah.
This is nuts, man. The water. It needs water.
Well, on the
it's
nose,
all
it
fruit
definitely improved. It definitely improved.
Like every fruit, every red fruit.
It's not that it improved; it brought out so much more.
Yeah. It's still got the meats and the mushrooms and truffles and earth, linseed oil, metallics, but now it's got crazy explosive fruits, addictive fruits.
There's like this forest element to this that's just so wow.
It's got Adam and Eve type fruits and shit.
I'm gonna try it on the palate.
Yeah, the foresty, mossy, earthy. Dude, it's old school sherry.
But it got drier on the palate with water. It got drier.
Never fails.
Heavy cask strength, heavily
Never
sherry.
fails. Yeah.
So here's the thing about that. Something that we actually really need to experiment with. What if we add water and we close it off and we let it sit or you pour it in a sample.
Right.
And you let it sit for a month with a couple drops of water.
Exactly.
I think because when the distillery brings it from cask strength to 43%, let's say like a Macallan, right? Like old school Macallan 18s and stuff.
Yeah.
They're not too dry.
Perfect.
Yeah. So there's something to it. It's not, unless they're adding like a different kind of water than, water's water, I understand there's different
Should be
water.
the same,
yeah. But I think that might be something to that. We need to experiment with, like add the water in the sample jar and let it sit like that for months.
Mellow.
Yeah.
Yeah, because basically you're dissolving the water soluble molecules and leaving the oils behind. Maybe they're too sharp, whatever, right away.
Yeah, because
mellow.
Because this right now the water brought out so much on the nose, but it made it very dry on the palate.
Yeah,
it's not too dry. I'm okay with it. I enjoy a dry whiskey, but this is like 50-year-old first fill sherry.
It takes away. It takes away. Yeah. It did.
And we've had
it gave a crazy age if you want that.
Yeah, we have tried 50-year-old Longmorns, and in first fill, and it's kind of brought out.
Which you watered down to like 40%, 43%.
Well,
so how do they do that?
Well, I think a lot of those were probably not much higher than 40% at cask.
Oh, got it. Yeah, true. Something about the youth, though. Because of the youth, it's 60.8%. Like you said, we've tried very old Longmorns, what they're very famous for. We've never tried a young sherry beast Longmorn. Something about it is so unique.
There's something so magical about every Samaroli whiskey that you try. And are they worth, in terms of quality, these extreme prices? The bottles on this table now are ranging anywhere from like $7,000-8,000 all the way up to $50,000 per bottle.
De Lafroig.
So that's insane. That's insane prices, but It is a piece of history. This is the only way to describe it. It's art. It's a piece of history. It's flavors that won't be duplicated. It's casks that don't exist anymore. It's just another level of quality, and it's. There's a reason why when you go on a place like Whiskey Base, where you look at the top 10, they're almost all Samaroli whiskeys. Yeah.
And the bouquet now pretty much is 100,000 flat. The reason why though, if you want the very best, given what the market's done, the global demand, you got to pay for the
Keep
best.
in mind, the prices are not for people like us. Those prices are for investors, collectors. They're not opening the bottles
well, that's
like
the
we
problem.
do.
That element of demand now is taken over.
Yeah.
Hedge funds.
Yeah.
Investments.
These are all investment bottles. There's, we know, we don't know, but we know, but we don't know we know of billionaires that don't open these, yet two regular guys, average guys, are opening these. So it's
now hedge funds, you got your stocks, got your crypto, you got your whiskey.
Yeah.
Diversify, and they can afford to buy all these bottles. That's a big problem.
Yeah, that's what's ruining the prices of these.
We were very fortunate to get most of these at a very early time in the game.
Yes.
Before the hedge funds.
That's why that's why we credited Emmanuel in the beginning of the video. Now, we've obviously had to spend some insane money on those, not cheap, but not exactly what today's 50K kind of prices, right? And years and years ago, we got to try, some incredible Samarolis that were shipped.
Emmanuel.
Yeah, and it blew our mind. It just blew our mind, and we kind of really tried to get as much as we could back then.
Do I still have that, or you still have that? The sample box. Have we showed it? We probably showed it before.
I think we've shown it before. We'll
basically,
show it again another time.
Basically, Emmanuel, before whiskey was like it is now. I honestly, from Surge, I was just searching. I just Googled the Springbank 12 Samaroli. And the second page, not the first page, the third one down was a link to Emmanuel's shop, the Alt Alliance. Before he had the shop now in the app, it was just a website advertising the bar, the Alt Alliance in Singapore. And at that time, he was selling 2 sample boxes. Beautiful box with the perfect picture of each label on the top and on each little dram, little 2 CL samples of the Springbank 12 Samaroli, Bowmore Bouquet, Lefroy 1970 Samaroli, Tormore. I wouldn't have gotten this without that sample. And I can't remember the other one, the 6th one.
I don't know. I wasn't even listening to you right now. I was just salivating over this thing.
But anyway, 6 epic. I know it wasn't. I know not the Lefroy, but maybe Lefroy. Fuck it. But 6 epic Samarolis, 2 CL samples. And unless I had bought that and tried it, and after I had it, I tried to order more. But obviously Emmanuel was doing 1 per customer, so everyone gets to try it. But that was like whiskey, like Roy of Aquavite talks about. That was like whiskey evangelism. And after that, we were hooked. I had to get them all. But anyway, Emmanuel.
Yeah. Anyways, I think this is a very, very long video. Hopefully you guys... I don't know if you guys enjoyed watching this.
People who are into it won't mind.
Yeah, this is honestly...
It's whiskey history.
The reason why, and I was just about to end the video, but the reason why we started this channel is, and we've been told by, I'm not going to name names because they probably don't want me to mention their name, but by some of these more well-known reviewers that are not on YouTube, to not do YouTube because these kind of whiskeys is not what the YouTube kind of reviews are. But the reason why we wanted to start doing YouTube videos is, how often do you see these kind of bottles opened? We obviously, our role model Serge, we read the reviews on his site, and we've learned so much, and we've bought so many bottles because of people like him.
Yeah.
But how often do you actually see the bottle opened live, the actual bottle there, and experienced and enjoyed? And to us, that would be like to us that would be like the ultimate, like the coolest thing in the world. Like, well, like come on, like imagine Serge doing YouTube reviews, busting out bottles like this. And pulling them
Imagine
out.
Serge and Angus.
Yeah.
Busting out every bottle they've reviewed.
Yeah, on video.
And all the history.
And we're not saying
something
we're them.
something about that video.
We're not saying we're them, but by any means, we're saying they're our role models. But what we ultimately wanted to see was like these bottles being reviewed and mainly just see them on video, enjoyed. You know, it's not so much about me saying it tastes like strawberries and toffee. It's more just them being on video and enjoyed. That's what inspired us to do YouTube to begin with. And, you know, we started our first review with a Dalmore 50-year-old. And that's why you don't really see us, you know, so much money goes into whiskey. And I guess we could spend some money on trying to make the production value a lot better. And ultimately, if you want views, that's what you got to do. But we've just kind of stuck to who we are. We just turn the camera on and we just enjoy really, really fine whiskey. And
basically what we'd be doing with each other.
Yes.
And let you guys tune in.
Yeah.
And speaking of how it tastes, the finish, man. Dark chocolate, covered fig. And the most amazing, I know you're not as into it as I am, the most amazing black truffles.
Yeah, well, truffle and whiskey.
Earthy, mossy
truffle.
Yeah, you like whiskey
and
truffles.
Yeah.
You love whiskey truffle, yeah.
I just don't like shoving them in my mouth and overpowering.
Very powerful. But this is like the most perfect truffle. Just earthy, mossy, like you said, foresty.
Yeah.
This is unfucking believable, man. It's only going to just go and fucking nuts.
I know. No, I think our video is like an hour long. Hopefully the camera's still on.
Hopefully. All right,
anyways,
guys.
Merry Christmas. Hope you guys enjoy this. And we'll see you guys for many more reviews.
Merry Christmas.
Cheers. Slán.